What's up, everybody? My name's Karl Duran, and this is Life Confidential. Our goal here at Life Confidential is to really help you reclaim your truth and walk with a new direction and clarified vision. And I'm so excited that you're watching this video today, whether you found it on YouTube or whether you followed the link from Facebook or went to my website or Instagram. So excited that you found it and that you're taking the time to watch this video today. Today we're going to specifically talk about reclaiming the truth for your life. You know, today I had to be in Orange County at 5 a.m. for a safety meeting. There was something that happened in our company, and unfortunately a tragedy happened, and someone actually ended up getting very hurt. And then we had another tragedy that happened, and somebody unfortunately lost their life. It's always tough in business to hear these types of stories and to know that this stuff could happen to each and every one of us. But what I did really appreciate about the company I'm working for now is they didn't hide this from us. They brought us in and they talked to us about it. Their strategy was to inform us, then protect us, and then prepare us. And I think there's a lot to learn from that. I didn't want to get up at 5 a.m. and go to a safety meeting with a group of people that I don't typically always work with. You know, I'm in sales. I typically work with people out in the field. I'm always working with people from different companies. Here, coming inside and going inside and talking about safety for a person like me who doesn't do some of the operational sides can be a little bit different. But, you know, I went in there and I sat through it, and I honestly feel better having gone through it. It's something that really gave me peace, was that I understood that this company valued clarity. They valued not sweeping something under the rug. And they have true leadership really exposed in doing that. You know, in the corporate world or the church world, you could find people using the opposite method, kind of sweeping stuff under the rug. And unfortunately, what I've seen is every single time that those methods have been applied, there's been casualties. There's been struggles. There's been people that were pushed to the wayside. There's been people that didn't quite make it out of those times. And so honesty and clarity is always the best strategy. It's always where you find true leadership. It's always when you find a true team atmosphere is when you find honesty and clarity. So today what I want to do is I want to walk you through the 3 steps that are very similar to what they did. I want to walk you through how to inform you, how to protect you, and how to prepare you. Understanding that people will hurt you in times. And we know that. Eleanor Roosevelt's got a great quote. She said, "No one can make you feel inferior without your consent." No one can make you feel inferior without your consent. Who are you giving consent to? I know I do this. I know I have done this in the past. I give people consent to hurt me. I give people consent to move into my life and to really just have more ground than they probably should. Keeping people at a proper distance is something that can be really hard for a person like me. I'm very trusting. I always look at people as like, the rose-colored glasses that they have their best intentions. But unfortunately, we're people. This can happen anywhere. And I always love this quote I heard: "Hurt people hurt people." Boy, there's some truth to that. Hurt people always hurt people. And unfortunately, we live this life where we get hurt a lot. You know, there's nips and cuts that we get going through life. And we know that no matter what happens as we go through this time in life, we can make it out if we focus. If we understand that people may just have issues in themselves, and that it's not on us to follow and give them the consent to hurt us. You know, my wife is an artist, and for the longest time, she had this idea of painting. She had this vision for these paintings, and you could see some of the paintings up in the background through a lot of my videos because it's very near and dear to my heart. The rose that you see over here, the rose coming out of the concrete, was something that she painted for me. If you go on my website, you can see it's tied to a Tupac Shakur a poem that he wrote. And it's very inspirational to me about who I am and who I will be, and making it out of the background that I did. And she painted that for me. You know, when we were going through some of the times in the church, we weren't able to expose the people that we wanted to be. There was a little bit of a mold that we allowed ourselves to try to fit into. And it held her back. And it helped her feel like she was inferior. Because she didn't quite fit the mold. She wanted to paint some things that were a little bit different, that could be looked at as a little dark or dreary, or could be looked at as just something that isn't crosses on a hill, something that's a little bit different. And I know that not that there's anything wrong with any of that, but not that was what caused her to trip up, but and not paint. But she didn't paint for 10 years because she just felt like she didn't have the freedom. She allowed people to make her feel inferior. She gave them consent. It happens to all of us. And so what I want you to really do is don't let people get you in that mode where you feel inferior. You give them the consent. Don't be held back for years. Don't be held back from who you are and who you want to be. You don't fit the mold that you allow other people to put you in. So what I'd like you to do to really kind of look at that is, maybe you've been put into a mold. Maybe you've been put in a way. Maybe you've been hurt by somebody or told that you felt inferior. So what I want you to do is I want you to do an exercise for this. Write out the ways that you may have felt inferior. Write it out, pen and paper. Get it down. Write out the ways that you may have given people consent over your life. The times that you let people put you into a box or put you into a certain role that you didn't really fit. Write that out. Get that list together. Get it on pen to paper. Okay? Then I want to write how it made you feel. How did those times make you feel? What did they do to the inside? What did they stir up inside? And who hurt you in those moments? It's always interesting when you really look back at who we give consent to. A lot of times we'll look at it, and as the years go on, I look at people that I've let hurt me, and I've seen that they were hurting, or they were going through something, or they just were battling with something and they didn't know how to get it clear. Anytime I look back, I always give consent to people that are also hurting, and hurt people hurt. So change that pattern. Look at that. This isn't a finger pointing exercise, but this is an exercise to give you the clear vision at who and why. You know, and I want a caveat here. I really want to go off script and kind of let you know. This is not going to be, Life Confidential is not put here to be negative. It is not put here to bash somebody or to really push them. Again, nothing good came out of being negative about people. Nothing good. But you can learn from negative times in your life. So I will talk about some things. I will get very truthful with you. I will expose a lot of things that happen in my life. But what I always want to highlight is the situation and the times that happened and how I overcame that. And little tricks and tips I picked up along the way. And maybe they'll work for you. Maybe you're already doing them. Maybe you just need to follow somebody that is also going through something and see what happens. But that's what I really want to focus on. This is not going to be a negative thought, negative time. This is going to be learning from the negativity that we may have encountered in life. So let's jump back to it. Next, we're going to talk about how to protect. Don't allow people to take your joy. Don't allow people to tell you that you can't do something. You know, Jen and I didn't go on dates for a long time because we weren't sure where to go. We would go out for, maybe just a little something. We'd go out, eat something here and there. But we didn't go out and really go on dates and drink wine and enjoy music, go to certain concerts because we felt like we weren't going to fit in the mold if we did that. And it really held us back from just experiencing just a different level of marriage. And, the one thing that through all this time, through all these hurts that I've been through, my wife and I, our relationship, Jen, she has been an amazing rock for me. She has been the best person in my life, and she has really helped me. So for us to not even go out and do that and enjoy a good steak or enjoy just a good wine and sit and laugh and joke or go to a concert, we stifled the enjoyment that we could have had because we didn't understand that we can go out and we can have a joyous time. We enjoy so many meals now. We enjoy so many things. We enjoy working out. We enjoy so many different things that we didn't do together because we weren't sure how it was going to be interpreted. We only focus on the moment and the journey that we've come from. We only glance in the rearview mirror. Something that's huge. So now what I want you to do is I want you to do another exercise here. What I want you to do is I want you to take that list and I want you to reverse engineer. I want you to take a look at it and see how you could help somebody going through these same issues. Role play. So be the person on the outside. Be that person that's sitting there talking to the person that's doing this. Okay? And see what you could do to help them. A lot of times we just need to step out into that third person role. When we step out in that third person role, it's easy to go, hey, you really trusted that person with that part of your heart? Hey, you really allowed that person to get really close to you in this way? Hey, you really gave that person a lot more ground and a lot more consent in your life to make you feel inferior. A lot of times that we just need to step back and look at it. So try to look at it and see the patterns. Sometimes we see that there's a pattern of the same person. Sometimes we see that there's a pattern of the ways you get hurt. And sometimes there's a pattern of the way you feel in the hurts. So focus on looking at that. And last is prepare you. It's okay. It will happen again. You will make it through. Joe Rogan talks about he doesn't trust anyone that hasn't walked through pain. I always find that inspiring because I know I've walked through a lot of pain. And I'm sure you have. If you're watching this video, I'm sure you've walked through a lot of pain. So what I want you to do is know that it's okay. Walk with the confidence of who you are. And then I want you to do this exercise. What I want you to do, I call this the pen release, okay? And I've heard this from somebody else and it's fantastic. It's a great exercise. And this is the let go exercise. Sometimes you need to take this and you need to take all the hurts, all the pains, all the negative thoughts, all the things that happen in your life, and you need to just put it into your fist. You need to put it in there, and you need to get it all in there. And think about the negative times, the times you didn't make it, the times you didn't fit the mold, the times that you struggled. Grab them all and put them in there and squeeze it as tight as you can. And then think about those times and let them go. Let them go. You can't move on if you don't learn to let go of the things that hold you back. The quicker and more often we forgive, not forget, remember, forgive, the sooner we can enjoy life. You never want to forget what you come through. You always want to remember it. Again, you always want to glimpse in that mirror, that rearview mirror. But make sure that you're focused and that you don't look too much. You need to look at the road ahead. So be sure to check that out and do that pencil and drop everything. Again, I want to thank you for coming to Life Confidential. I want you to subscribe to this channel. I want you to follow, retweet this, share it, whatever you need to do to get this name out there. I want to make sure that you can help spread the word of Life Confidential. You don't know who may need this. Who can you help reclaim your truth, gain their clarity, and live in the purpose that they were made for? Next week, we're going to be talking about gaining clarity when life gets blurry. It's going to be a huge week. I'm so excited for each and every one of you that's following. Thank you so much from the bottom of my heart. Can't wait to talk with you again. Don't forget to click the link on YouTube, subscribe, follow me on social media. I'll be posting clips of this and other videos, different things that inspire me along the way that has helped me to gain clarity in my life, live my purpose, and reclaim the truth of who I am. So thank you very much. This is Karl Duran, and this is Life Confidential.